Hey there YouTube, AJ here, and today I'm going to be trying to learn how to use my Simder SD4050 Pro 10-in-1 machine to cut with. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out how to use the plasma cutter function. It'll be the first time I ever have used a plasma cutter, so hopefully we can make this work. Okay, let's start off and pull out our plasma cutting torch. Should be somewhere in this bag of goodies. Tape torch. Oh, there it is. Alright. So we got our plasma torch. I guess I might need the manual. I'm not exactly sure. So right now I have this thing set up for flux core. So we got to take off the parts of that because I believe I'm going to check. Maybe I don't. I hope I don't. That'd be nice if I don't. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I do. All right, so maybe I don't, because I thought it went in here. So we got these. Where do we put this stuff? All right. Arc start. 2-pin connector. I think I used this and this. All right. So here's my theory. If I just went ahead and did this without checking first, I think this 2-plug connector goes in here. This goes over here to this arc start, and this will go in there. That's my theory so far. I'm pretty confident of this one. So let's go ahead and plug, see if that'll screw on there. I guess it would make it easier if I had this stuff out of the way. But I guess the machine would be a lot quicker to set up if I can leave this stuff on here. All right, grab a wrench, snug this down just a bit. Okay, this cap thing kind of makes it a pain. I don't know if I like that, but I understand it's to keep the crap out of the hole that provides the compressed air. But I mean, I'd almost be happier with like a rubber plug cap on a little chain versus that. Oh well. It is what it is, right? Now, let's just double check the rest in the instructions. MIG, GMAW, plasma cutting. Connect one side of gas tube to air compressor, then connect the other side to the air regulator. We've already done that. Oh, I'm on the last step of plasma cutting. Hang on. All right. So yeah, I had these all right. These are correct. And we'll be using our other regular ground clamp, and it goes into this hole over here. So we got to move our ground clamp. So functionally, I could change between flux core and plasma cutting just by moving my ground clamp. Connect cutting torch to terminal 11. Connect 2-pin connector switch to terminal 10. Okay, and it can only go in one way. That's good. Come on, get on there. Little ferrule doesn't want to screw on. Okay, there it goes. And connect ground to torch to terminal 12, which is up here. I mean, it'd be easier with the other stuff out of the way, but it's doable like this. No, I got to connect up the air side. Hang on. In my previous video on the Simder, I set up my regulator back here with a quick connect over on this side that I can attach my air to. Whoops. Hang on, let me turn off the air to this. All right, let's try that again. So we connect our air to. Dang, it's kind of hard because I can't really, this tank's in my way. I can't use my hands right. And then this is in the way, so that part's going to be a little tricky. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, there we got it. All right, so we got our quick connect on there. Got to set our air reg. Now, our air comes into the regulator, comes out here, comes down to this valve. So what we want to do is, right now both my valves are off. This valve, this side here, goes to my nitrogen for TIG welding. So we turn our nitrogen off, turn on our compressed air side, and now compressed air can come in the regulator, go out the regulator at the right pressure, and up into this tube, which goes into the Simder. So this is all this manifold was my idea. I did this because I didn't want to have to be changing this connection back and forth as I go. So, well, I can't find anything in the old manual here that tells me what pressure my regulator should be set to. I'm just kind of searching the internet, and it's saying 80 psi for typical small handheld plasma cutters. So I'm going to start there, and if I convert 80 psi to megapascals, I get 0.552 megapascals, which is about halfway up my scale here. So we're going to pull up on this little knob here. I get alternate in is more. So righty tighty, so it's the opposite of a valve. So I hear air hissing. I hope it's not leaking anywhere. It's leaking right here. Leaking here. Alright, right now I don't hear any more leaking, so that's good. Let's go to the other end and start with electrical settings. So we got it on flux core now. Let's separate CO2, AR, mixed gas, pulse MIG, high frequency TIG, plasma. Hit enter. We got our default settings over here. I don't know what those are. And we have amperage. 20 to 50. I'm cutting 3/16 inch steel first, so let's try 30, or let me Google it, I guess. So it says 40 amps for 3/8 inch. All right, here we go. Got a chart. Okay, so metal thickness, amps, psi. Oh, I found the chart I need. This is perfect. So this says for 3/16, 20 amps, 30 psi. So we're gonna come back here, dial down our pressure, and dial down our amps to 20, and we'll give it a shot at what the internet chart says. So we're going to start with this one here. Put our ground clamp on. We got our torch with our little depth gauge, depth guide, whatever on it. And I'm just going to wing it. I literally have no idea what I'm doing here, but we're going to give it a shot. Now, it says when you do this, you're supposed to try to start at the edge and come in, but since I'm cutting holes in the middle, I got to plunge cut it. Oh, wait a minute, I need gloves. And we're going to try not to let slag drop into my shoes, because that always sucks. Alright, let's see what happens here. 3, 2, 1, contact. Oh, I guess that's kind of nice. It's got this trigger guard on it, so you don't actually accidentally fire the torch. But, you know, it's kind of hard to get your hand in there with gloves, though. Alright, here we go again. 3, 2, 1, contact. Holy cow, ain't that cool. Kind of scared me. I didn't know what to expect. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. Looks like hell because I suck, but that's not the plasma cutter's fault. Let's go for another one. One thing I'm finding is I keep wanting to look at the front of the torch, but you can't see what's going on because that's where all the crap blows out. You got to look from underneath the back. I'm also finding if you don't move fast enough, you build up slag and it sticks to the tip. So that's kind of troublesome. This is all a learning curve for me, like I said. I'm also finding out this is too low, it's killing my back. I am not good at this yet. Man, it'd be so much easier if I could look from the front. I don't understand. I don't know if I'm missing something up or what, but I'm struggling. Big ball slap. There we go. Okay. I almost feel like this would be easier without the guide. Thinking I want to try that. Do that. There we go. Alright, let's give this a shot without and just free forming here. Maybe not. I don't think it's free enough yet, but we'll give it a hammer. So, I have slag blocking a lot of my holes. Or, I haven't cut all the way through because I don't know if I'm going too fast, too slow, not enough pressure. Let's see if the Simder book has a troubleshooting chart for arc does not transfer the workpiece. No, that's story. Bore cut column. Improper use of torch. Yeah, we know that. Plasma torch parts worn out. No. Moisture. No. Insufficient cut penetration. Cutting speed too fast. That's what I was thinking. Plasma to torch too tilted. Workpiece too thick. Current too low. Insufficient pressure. So, one, I think I was going too fast. So I think that's part of the problem. Two what? What was two? Oh. Two, let's bump up both our air pressure just a little bit and our amperage a little bit and see if that helps me. After checking my air pressure setting had dropped to about half of what I had it at originally. So I don't know if that's like I had pressure in the line or what, but I bumped that back up to where it's supposed to be. Hopefully it'll stay there this time. We'll stay at 20 amps for now and try what settings are supposed to be. Yes, my cuts look like crap, but they're cut. And it's a learning process. And as I went along, I realized something, that after you get it penetrated and you lift up just a little bit, you can see your cut better, and you can see if you've gone through yet and adjust your speed. So that started helping a lot. But this piece is already all boogered up with all this, you know, slag all over it. So let's do another one and see if I'm any better. Okay, here we go. Cleaned off my tip, so it's not as bad. And we're going to try this again and see if we're any better at it. This time we're going to try to remember some of the little tips that we picked up along the way there. Only use the guide right when you first start, then lift up just a little bit.
Here we go.
Alright, much better. Not one swoop around, but you know. That time I also did keep the distance guard on the surface the whole time. It didn't go all the way through, or it did go through, but the slag is kind of blocking up the hole. I don't know if that means I can get the piece to pop out or not. We'll try. Hang on. Already a great improvement. We cut it a lot faster, a lot quicker, a lot better. So it's looking like I'm learning. It's getting easier, and yeah, it's so far it is pretty easy to use once you start figuring things out. All right, let's see if we can do one more here. I'd like to make it all in one pass, but I don't know if I can do that. We're gonna try though. Okay, so you can see from my first one I did how rough all my cuts are. Yeah, there was definitely some learning going on there. The second one I did, it's definitely better. It's not perfect. I got a lot to improve yet, but it's already a lot better. Let's dress these up real quick and see what they look like. So, the Simder SD4050 Pro 10-in-1 welding cutting machine, how to do for plasma cutting. Is it hard to learn to use? No. Is it hard to set up? No. My little manifold system worked very well. Once you figure out how to convert megapascals to PSI and also find a good chart to tell you your settings, this thing worked like a dream. I really thought I should have started on something thinner, 3/16. You know, it made light work of it. Yeah, the first time didn't go so well. I had a learning curve. I adapted. I overcame. The second one was much better. I'm sure as I use this more and more, which I will, I will get better and better at my cutting with this. Speaking of using it more and more, I will be doing a video with this post, turning it into a multifunctional tool post holder thing, where I'm going to continue using the two things I've learned so far on my Simder: flux core and plasma cutting. So I'm going to have a whole project that I make something using just those two features in my next Simder video. Until then, YouTube, just know, so far I am really happy with the Simder. It's awesome. And later.